Obviously, congratulations, good win.
Yeah, really good win. Yeah, I've beaten Judd a couple of times in smaller things, but I think that's the first time I've beat him in what you would class as a major sort of event.
You know, I big him up at the start, like a big Ronnie up and all that. Like, he gets a lot of publicity. A lot of people come to watch him. You're playing against two different things, really, aren't you? Obviously, the game and also the people that are watching.
Yeah, but luckily for me, I've been doing it a long time now, and I've come across all them. You know, started off first time I played Jimmy and Hendry, the same sort of thing, and then obviously Ronnie and the other guys, and now it's Judd. But no, he deserves all the accolades, all the press he gets. You know, he brings a lot of entertainment, and like you see tonight, he brings a lot of fans in. So yeah, it's great for snooker.
You look like granite out there.
Yeah, I felt good tonight. I felt calm. I missed a couple. I wouldn't put it down to nerves because I definitely wasn't nervous. I felt really calm and relaxed, and I just got a bit ahead of myself. Got a bit too confident, a bit too cocksure of myself, and took my eye off a couple.
I mean, that sixth frame, I was living it. I was watching it. I was living it through you, because all those emotions. Watching you sat in your chair, you've won the frame, you've lost the match. You know, it was changing every 2 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Were you feeling that?
Well, yeah, it would have been just such a horrible way to lose. I felt like I'd really competed in the match, and to sort of like, you know, one second I'm about to make it 3-3, I'm thinking about going out to the loo and getting myself ready for the thing, and then I just take my eye off a black and I'm watching him clear up, and all I can think about is the roadworks on the M5. So yeah, it's horrible. And then he gets out of position, then you've got to get yourself back on, and there's some great safety shots there, and
awesome.
You know, I thought I'd absolutely nailed one, and it sort of pinged off the back cushion. I see it, I thought, oh, don't hang over the pocket. It's an even worse way to lose. But I dodged a little bullet there, and in the end I dropped one in.
Just to the brownie play, would you have done the same thing, trying to get the pink out? I know it's easy to say afterwards,
yeah,
we've all done it.
Well, to be honest, I thought early on in the break, I thought the reason he held the blue spot was to use the blue to get the pink out.
Right.
So I thought, oh, that's really clever. You know, I thought he'd pop the brown, get down on the blue, which would be a lovely angle to get the pink off, and I thought that was his plan. And if he had finished a bit straight, the double was always on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when I see him digging down and trying to move the pink, I thought this could easily go wrong. You know, and luckily for me, it did. He was unlucky to finish snookered. He had no shot on the blue. You know, that was unfortunate, but. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised. But probably wouldn't have got. But I haven't got the cue power he's got, so I probably couldn't have attempted that shot.
Then he pops a great blue. A couple of shots later, clips the pink out, and now I'm thinking that is it. You must have been thinking the same.
Yeah, well, I'd have just took it then. You know, I'd have got back to the table after missing the black. I had another shot, and he played a great blue, great cannon, and yeah, I was surprised he sort of messed that one up. I thought he was going to just drop that in and get on the black, but. Like, you know, it wasn't my night in the end.
Well, I turn around to the boys. You won that frame. He's won the match now. It's weird. I know you can't say.
Yeah, I think it's easier to say that watching.
Yeah,
I think it's easier to say that watching.
It
didn't feel. I felt like I'd dodged a bullet and I was still in the match. But it's weird when you're out there. Obviously, it's 3-3. You know, it can go either way. But obviously, I've sat up there and watched other people and said, oh, that's it. He's gone. He can't possibly win now. It's easy to say that when you're watching.
Right.
When you're out there playing, it's a whole different story.
Absolutely right. So tonight, like you say, dodged a bullet, did well there, held yourself together. Now a different sort of scenario, isn't it? Because I'm not saying that you weren't favourite for this match, but Judd's right out there, isn't it? Now you're playing Ben. For me, you're a fairly strong favourite. Does that add more pressure on it, or is it totally irrelevant?
No, I think once upon a time that used to affect me. You know, I took a long time in the early days to climb the rankings, and I really struggled to sort of beat people that I suppose on paper I should have beaten. You know, I wouldn't put Ben in that category. You know, Ben's a great player, got to the final here last year, but obviously the bookies probably will make me favourite. Yeah. But you know, at the end of the day, it's a game of snooker. I think I'm playing well enough to come through, but I've got to stay focused and treat every game the same. You know, if I miss balls, I'll get punished. It's as simple as that. So I need to be on my game no matter who I'm playing.
Well done. Cheers.
Cheers, Mark.